Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Valerie here, and today is day 10 of the Flower Hill Farm Seed Starting Marathon Challenge. I don't know if she actually meant for this to be a challenge for everybody else, but I decided to follow along in video form and bring you all along with me for the ride. And the premise is to plant a new seed every day in March for the whole month of March. And today we're on day 10. And my seed for today is sweet marjoram, and it's an herb. I've had these seeds for a couple of years now, so I'm not sure that I'm going to get any germination out of these, but I at least want to use them up and give them a chance. I'm going to look and see how many seeds are in this package. Oh, there's a bunch of seeds, so we're going to use one of the bigger pots. I'm in a long sleeve today, and it was overkill. It's a little warm for this shirt, but I woke up this morning and I was chilly, so I put on a long sleeve, and then I walked outside and I realized the inside of my house is colder than the outside is right now, like just being outside. And I might start to burn up. It's that warm. Okay, I'm just going to plant all of these because these are old seed, and if you don't plant them, they won't grow. And also, I haven't looked up at how long marjoram seed stays viable. I don't know if it's something that quickly loses germination or if it's something that slowly loses germination if stored properly. But this pack of seed was bought in 2020, so that makes it 6 years old. That's also why I'm going to plant the whole thing, is because there may be little to no germination, or all of these might germinate. I'm just not sure, but we're going to find out together. Okay, the first thing I need to do is fill up one of these pots, dump soil into it, and I'm going to look at the pack and see if there's any special sowing instructions. A lot of these packages just have generic information. It doesn't say. It just says plant 6 to 8 weeks indoors before planting outdoors. So yeah, that's really all the information. But because these seeds are tiny, I'm just going to surface sow them and cover with vermiculite, because as a general rule of thumb, you plant twice the depth of the size of the seed. And these seeds, I'll try to hold them up for you, are teeny, teeny, tiny. So most of the seeds I've ever grown that are like this, it literally says to surface sow. So I'm going to just sow them on top and cover with vermiculite. I'm going to pour them in my hand because they are so tiny, and kind of just sprinkle them around like you would some salt or some pepper. I did, however, look these up to see if they needed cold stratification, and they do not. Cold stratification is where a seed will need a period of cool and wet to help break the germination. Some of them need it to germinate at all. Some of them just need it to, it speeds germination. So, but this doesn't require cold stratification, so I didn't give it any. Most things that require cold stratification, I just winter sow them and let nature do the cold stratifying. You can also put them in soil and set it in your fridge, or wet a paper towel, put your seeds in there, and then put the seeds in a plastic bag and set that in your fridge for how many ever days or weeks it says. It's usually 10 to 14 days, but that can vary too. So just Google your seed and ask if it needs cold stratification, and then you'll get a yes or a no, and it'll also tell you for how long. I just know that I personally let Mother Nature do the stratifying. This doesn't need it, so I don't know why I'm going on about that. Put the tag in there. And cover with vermiculite, because vermiculite helps it retain moisture. It helps with fungus gnats. It doesn't keep them away completely, but it's a deterrent. It helps the fungus from growing. And it also, like I said, that's just a deterrent. And it also lets light through. Because things that you surface sow sometimes that surface has a tendency to dry out really quickly, and it's really important that when you're sowing seeds that those seeds stay moist until they germinate, and the vermiculite just helps that happen. I want to set this, I'm running out of room. Ooh. I just literally dumped that pot. So I'm going to go over here and dig this out. I may have just ruined it. I'm going to give it a chance still. That's what I'm left with. So some of the stuff I surface sowed is still in place. So I'm going to gently pick up the soil and try to put it back in the place that's not got vermiculite still. It won't be considered surface sown. That side won't, because I'm just going to pick it up as is and put it there. Who knows? If I don't get all the soil, I may have a little seedling sprouting on my floor. I was very careful to put the soil that I just picked up on the side that was disturbed and not on the side that wasn't disturbed, because the side that didn't fall out and still has vermiculite at the top, that's still surface sown and still planted the same way, but I did put the soil on that side back in, and I don't know how well it's going to do because there are seeds mixed in with that dirt, but also I don't know at what depth they're planted. It wasn't a whole lot depth-wise that fell out, so I'm hoping that regardless of me dropping them, that I still get germination, if any at all, because they are old seed. It'll be interesting to see if the stuff that I dropped and is therefore probably planted a little deeper has stronger or less germination than the side that I didn't drop. I don't know. This will be just one big experiment. Oh, shoot. I just found another clump of it over there, so I decided to pick it up and put it on top. This is going to be an interesting pot, but I'm going to set it aside, and hopefully this time I don't drop it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this slightly disastrous seed planting day. Today's seed was sweet marjoram, and it was day 10. I will see you tomorrow for day 11. Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Valerie here. And today is day 11 in the Flower Hills Farm Seed a Day Seed Starting Challenge for the month of March, Seed Starting Marathon, however you want to put it. Today's seed is pink plume celery, and this is a seed packet that I've had since 2020. And I'm trying to work through all of this old seed that maybe I didn't realize I'd had as long as I do. And I decided today was the day for the pink plume celery. This may or may not have good germination because it is old seed. It's 6 years old at this point. But I want to at least give it a shot. Like always, the first thing we're doing is making our tag. And there feels like there's a lot of seed, so once again I'm using that bigger pot, so there's a large surface area for me to mass sow on. Now I have grown celery before, just not this celery. Well, actually I think I did plant this celery in 2020. Maybe 2021. But I'm going to use up the rest of these seeds today. And they are tiny. They're like dust. Let's see. I can't really put my hand up to the camera and show you because I'm afraid I'll drop them all over the floor, especially given what happened yesterday when I dropped a whole pot. But I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them on the top like you would some salt or some pepper. There were a lot of seeds in that. I hope I get some germination. I may get no germination. I just know those seeds are getting old and they needed planted. Okay, the next step, like always, is to top with vermiculite. And put my tag in. Oh, I've got dirt in my eye. That's highly uncomfortable. And then that's the last of that seed. I'm just really trying hard to go through my seed collection and use up some of my older seed, as well as the new stuff that I'm excited about planting. I mean, not that I'm not excited about the pink celery, because I am. It's just sometimes things get shoved to the back of your collection and you just don't think about them. And that was honestly the way with this pink celery. Of course, I'm excited about pink celery. For one, I like celery. I use a lot of it, and it's pink. I hope I get some. I hope it grows. I hope that I get some germination. And I do want to say that we are getting to the time of year where, because just we're getting closer and closer to last frost and it's seed starting time, I'm getting to the point where some of these videos I'm going to have to double up on seed varieties, or I will never get through all the seeds that I'm wanting to plant this year. Plus, on top of that, I'll still be making videos about, like, I've got some snapdragons still to pot up. I'm sure that they'll be weeding and just all the chores that go along with it. Even when I make those videos, I'm still going to plant a seed a day. Sometimes it might be 2 or 3 varieties now, or 2 or 3 different seed types now, though, because it's that time. And I know it says seed a day, but sometimes it's seeds a day. And if you're wanting to plant a lot of stuff, that's just the way it is. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.